Welcome in, everybody, for our second match of the day here at Valor Fitness headquarters in Seminole, Florida. I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I am Byron Allen.
We are here. We're watching the South Beach Palms versus the Daytona Beach Venom here today, Byron. We're looking forward to this one because there's been some social media, YouTube, smack talk going on. So let me give you the details. Jojo Gomez, very important player of the Daytona Beach Venom, has been talking a little bit of smack about the Palms, saying that they have only one good player in Briley Hanser and everybody else is a side character. Very, very scandalous stuff going on here. I asked Briley Hanser what she thought about that, and she responded, "It's just JoJo," and started laughing. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but definitely something to keep in mind when you're looking at this rivalry. The Daytona Beach Venom have never in franchise history won against the South Beach Palms, won the entire match. So it's definitely going to be a dogfight, especially because the South Beach Palms are a little bit short on people today.
Yeah, but the thing about talking smack, Cassie, you got to back it up.
You got to back it up.
So we're going to see what's going on out here, starting first with the partner for a race. Hey, out the gate, I'm trying to see something. If he's talking like that, I'm trying to see something out the gate.
I mean, you know, sometimes people just talk just to talk, but the impact score alone, he's top 10 in the league. So definitely something to be said about that, but she is too. So it's definitely going to be a dogfight, a lot of tension between the teams as well. Always respect, but, you know, these teams are here to win, not play friends. So that's definitely fun to hear. And I know the Venom are definitely hungry because they have only won one match in franchise history against the Palm Beach Breakers, and they have the lowest score in the league right now. They lost by the lowest margin out of any team. The Palms have re-signed Brett Henry for a single-day sign because they were low on players there, and as well as Cody Schaefer. So that brought down their roster to 5, and they single match signed Brett Henry. Now the Palms are only playing with 5 female players today, which is basically unheard of in grid, because you really want to make sure you have enough players to kind of make active just in case anything happens. So, you know, knock on wood, if anything were to happen, the Palms are really going to have to work for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like to say, Cassie, too, if they're short-handed like that, endurance is really going to be a factor, conditioning, especially as they get deeper into the later races.
100%. It's going to be really interesting to see. I know that Daytona Beach Venom, this match format, I was speaking to Coach Paul Bear about it earlier. He was saying that his team is a little bit more suited for this match format in particular, especially when it comes to the handstand walking and utility elements, things of that nature. Though the Palms are no scrubs when it comes to those bodyweight elements. That's kind of where they shine there. So we'll see how this ladder plays out. You can see that's Coach Paul Bear and Briley Hansen on the grid right now, and they're kind of just joking around with each other because at the end of the day, this is, you know, respect between teams.
We're having fun out here, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we definitely want to see a dogfight. We want to see who's going to win.
Yeah, they probably are more evenly matched today than they've ever been, so this may be a chance for the Venom to finally get that win. Yeah,
definitely. The Palms have been kind of struggling with signings and roster organization for this entire season, as well as the Venom. Jose Perez was supposed to be here today, but it looks from the roster that he is not here today for undisclosed reasons, so we'll get more information on that as it develops. But good to see that both of the teams here are ready to work. They all look optimistic.
Yeah, we're going to see also what type of strength specialists they have on each team, because that's going to be important as they get into the later parts of the races. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table.
Definitely. The last time that the Venom and the Palms saw each other, it wasn't in this match format in particular, but the Venom did take that ladder by a wide margin. The thing about the ladder is also important to note that if you lose by 10 or more, the other team gets 0 points.
Wow.
So you have to finish within 10 points to get credit for that. So interesting that you brought that up because I totally did forget about that the Venom won by such a margin that the Palms got no credit for it. Looking into this match format, we have Briley Hansen. She's the coach, owner, and player on the South Beach Palms, one of the key players. She was also really looking forward into this one, having a gymnastics background and being a very well-versed athlete. She's a utility player. You'll see her do a lot of the elements, especially since there's a low amount of females on that team. When I was speaking to her, she was really excited by this one in particular. So it looks like both teams are not worried. So one of them has to be wrong. So we're gonna find out more in just a little bit.
Yeah, I was really trying to gauge the team's temperature. I'm looking at them over there. They look determined. They look focused. We're going to see how they perform, though. Once it gets hot and heavy, we're going to really see what time it is.
Oh, definitely. This partner forward usually brings out the beast and the venom. You'll see their reaction no matter win or lose. They feel very passionately. They're very explosive and visual with their reaction. So it's one of my favorite parts of the sport. You want to make sure that the players are actually feeling it. You know, nobody wants to watch a game where people aren't excited to be winning or upset to be losing. You know, you have to have that fire in you.
And my thing is, too, question. How many player coaches are there in this league? Because,
so many.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing because, I mean, you don't really see that in a lot of sports. So.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. In this one, Briley Hansen is a coach, owner, and player, but the Daytona Beach Venom, Andrew Maddox, will, this is the first season that he's playing, but he is a coach and owner. Paul Bear is simply just the coach and owner, just to make sure that they have that good organization. If one's not able to get to some of the team, the other one is, because the other one is playing, they kind of play off of each other in that way in the communication, because as we said, and we keep on saying every single match, communication and teamwork is very important in the sport of grid.
Now, did you say one of the coaches' name is Paul Bearer?
Bear, yeah.
Paul Bear. Oh,
Paul Bear.
I thought you said Paul Bear. I was about to go into my WWF, WWE bag. A lot of people don't know about Paul Bear and Undertaker. But yeah, shout out to both teams. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. And yeah, let's get it on, baby, at the Grid League.
Let's go ahead and give the audience a little view of that fourth camera so you can see what's going on the grid. These teams just kind of warming up with each other, interacting with each other. Venom's in a little huddle over there. If we could go to the fourth camera.
Yeah, we got the refs there held up.
Yeah, a little Venom huddle and chant.
Yeah. Looks like the Venom is ready to go, man. They look focused. They look determined. Yeah. Good team camaraderie.
Yeah,
they're ready.
The Venom are definitely ready to turn the season around. As I said, they probably have the worst record in the league right now, so it's really important for them to finish this race off in good light.
Yeah.
All right, ladies
there we go.
The time has come to kick off the second match of the day. I'm going to introduce our players. First from the away team.
Go ahead and give us a comment down below. Who do you think is going to take this race? The South Beach Palms or the Daytona Beach Venoms? Sound off in the comments. Talk to us.
Yeah, let us know if you want to see us again. It's Cassie right here, Byron right here, and we are here for you guys. Hope you guys are viewing and enjoying us today.
Absolutely, and our chat moderator is ready to answer any questions that you may have about the sport as well.
Number 10, Angelina Midas. Number 9, Sarah Homestead. Number 22, Hannah Thompson. Number 0, Alicia Hicks. Number 2, Lady Ramirez. Number 24, Jose Gomez. Number 7, Robbie Rodriguez. Number 99, Alex Alvarez. Number 5, Dylan Martin. Number 13, Aaron Detroy. Number 15, Dylan Bowen. Number 14, Jose Perez. We bring your home team for today. We have the ball. Number 3, Braylee Macarelli. Number 23, Braylee Hansen. Number 8, Heather Hudson. Number 7, Jessica Palestina. Number 9, Samantha Secker. Number 1, Marcus Washington. Number 2, Cody Shepard. Number 31, Danielle Lansagre. Number 6, Brett Henry. Number Cody Rice. Number 13, Arthur Cabral. standing, remove your caps. As we play the national anthem. All right, guys, we're getting ready to start. We got 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes on the clock before we start our first race. South Beach Palm taking on the Venom.
And we are back. Let's go ahead and see what we can look forward to with this partner forward race.
Once again, guys, we got that Olipop contest.
Partner Forward is the first race of every match. The Grid League lane contains a set of equipment for male players and a set for female players that increases in difficulty and decreases in reps as you move down the grid. Only one male and one female are allowed on the grid at any given time. As players perform reps, their partner must be in the corresponding hash box for those reps to count. All reps of each station must be complete before moving on to the next. Players may substitute at any time, but any reps performed while a teammate is not in the hash box are a fault. This race is full of fast action, coordination, and communication between players, as every move is dependent on the position of both players on the grid. Remember, know where your partner is in the Partner Forward.
Alrighty, for this first partner forward race, we can look forward to some single dumbbell pistol thrusters. The men's weight will start off at 40 and end at 70. Women's weight starting off at 20, ending in 50 overhead squats for the men, starting at 125, ending in 215. Women's weight starting at 75, ending in 135. As we go down the grid, we will have less and less reps, but it will get heavier.
Yeah, and that's the great equalizer, Cassie. You know, we always start out.
15.
Welcome, folks, to our second match here of the day at Valor Fitness headquarters in Seminole, Florida. We are just seconds away from the start of this race, the Venom versus the Palms. May the hungriest team win. Dylan Florentine and Tori Height out for the Daytona Beach Venom, and that's Artur Cabral and Sam Secord over there for the Palms. Sorry, that's Daniel Lanzaque. They are over there crushing those first round of dumbbell thrusters. Referee making sure that Dylan Florentine is doing it to depth. Tori Height real nice and low on those. Sam Secord chipping away. Both of these teams just a few reps away.
Yeah, we want to make sure in order for these reps to count, the players have to be in the hash spot so they can get back into there to do their reps.
Yep, Brett Henry finishing off those overhead squats very fast. Heather Hudson up next. It looks like the Palms are maybe 3 reps ahead of the Venom here, something like that. The Venom really need to make up some time here if they're going to take this partner forward race. Brett Henry onto the pistol thrusters in that second quadrant. Here's Dylan Florentine, Tori Height in that hash box waiting. All right, Dylan Florentine with a little misstep there, needing to make sure that he keeps the standards of the movement good. He doesn't have the best depth here, just because that is his range of motion, but he's really been working on it. If you see him on Instagram, working with his friends, trying to hit that depth. Heather Hudson finishing just ahead of Tori Height. Brett Henry already on that bar. That's a very fast transition for the Palms there. Venom a little bit misstepping, getting a lot of faults over here, missing precious moments that the Venom really need to make up here, especially because Heather Hudson, look at these overhead squats. They're just so fast.
Yeah, I look at the strength that they're displaying. The Palms look to be really, really good. The Venom, they're trying there. We're seeing what they're trying to do. They're working through it. It's a little bit tough in a couple of the transitions there, but I like the way that they're pressing forward. They're very determined.
Yep, and we got a new player unlocked over here for the Palms. That was Cody Rice on that dumbbell pistol thruster, and here's Briley Hansen. This is a coach, owner, and player for the South Beach Palms. And meanwhile, for the Venom, they just switched out for Jojo Gomez and Alyssa Martinez. They are actually a couple who play on the same team here for the Venom. Cody Rice on those overhead squats, being very careful, because as we said earlier, those barbells are getting heavier and heavier, as well as the dumbbells. Just the reps reps are going down. Alyssa Martinez and JoJo Gomez, we'll see them a lot coming out for the Venom for partner forward. But this is the first time that we're ever seeing Cody Rice over here on the grid. They are on the 4th quadrant already. Cody Rice maybe just a little bit slow on those pistol thrusters, but that's all right because the Palms have such a lead here. Alyssa Martinez trying to make up some time on these overhead squats. Briley Hansen with the dumbbell thrusters. Cody Rice on the barbells already. Man, the Palms have a very significant lead ahead of the Venom here.
Yeah, the Venom had a tall task to begin with. I'm very interested in their strategy going forward because we kind of see how it's going to look. So hopefully, yeah, and there's the Palms.
And that's the Palms with a partner forward win here. The Venom trying to finish under the time cap, just about 40 seconds left for them, so they're in no rush. They're just kind of taking it easy not to get the body fatigue. No need to rush if you have more than 30 seconds. And the Venom are going to get credit for that race.
I like the camaraderie between the teams.
Me
as
too.
Soon as they finish the race, the teams come down, they greet their players, their teammates, and they're just showing that love. And it just wants you to keep going. Makes you want to keep going and put your best foot forward.
Definitely. And you know, they were messing up a little bit on those dumbbell pistol thrusters. It is a hard movement, but it's really nice to see the team just took it on the chin and are ready for the next race because they know that they have a lot to give for this match format as well.
Yeah. Now, who was talking trash before?
That would be JoJo Gomez.
For the Palms?
JoJo Gomez was saying that there was basically only one good player on the Palms, and that was Briley Hansen, and the rest are supporting characters. And in response, Briley Hansen made sure to say, "It's just JoJo." We don't know what she means by that, but she gave us a little chuckle. And
just a little fun.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing a little bit of confrontation here on the grid.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead and look into that next race, the mirror.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell in the mirror race.
As the Grid League takes the world by storm.
Hands are up for the Lions and for the Aces.
They are rep for rep right now.
1 rep remaining, and the Aces have snuck up and taken the second half of the Echo.
Final rep for the Atlanta Aces, and Durant. She has to touch with her foot. If not, this race is it.
She didn't do it just yet. She hasn't touched it yet. She can't.
And it's a fault.
She gets
it's
a
up
fault.
to Oxenford.
She did miss that. Oxenford reaches up, she gets it, and the Brigade are going to get that bonus point. They're going to take this race up on their muscle-ups. They are neck and neck. This will come down to a sprint to the finish line. Who is going to hit the ground first and trip? And this is a photo finish, folks. Cody Schaefer sliding into home.
We're proud to present a new era of team sports.
I can't explain the experience with my words because you have to be here to really experience what it is.
The Grid League is where the strongest athletes push their limits and teamwork is forged under fire. Which teams will effectively balance leadership, ego, talent, teamwork, and strategy, and which will break down under pressure? What new Grid League romances will emerge, and which will falter? This isn't just a game, it's a revolution. The Grid League is here, and it's time to choose your side. Sign up for behind-the-scenes content and exclusive perks at UnitedGridLeague.com/insider. Get tickets at UnitedGridLeague.com/tickets. Learn more about Grid 6 at UnitedGridLeague.com/Grid 6.
And we are looking forward into this next race, the mirror. We have hang clean and jerks. The men's weight is going to stay at 185. The women's weight will be 120. That's a total of 10 repetitions in each quadrant, and they will get from quadrant to quadrant by using that human rack as we saw in the video earlier.
Yeah, and the one important thing about this race is that barbell cannot touch the ground in this race. So you're going to see these teammates work together, maneuvering these barbells down the grid as they put these work in. So let's tap in and see how they get it done.
Definitely, if you drop a barbell, you can almost guarantee that you're not going to win this race. You need to make sure that all the players cross the start line and come back to where it is. And once the bar leaves the floor again, it cannot happen again. Going over to the grid to see those game faces.
Stand by. Race.
And they're off.
All right, it's Jojo Gomez and Tori Height for the Venom, Dainier Lansake and Brielle Macchiarelli for the South Beach Palms. This is Dainier's rookie season. Meanwhile, Brielle is a veteran player, but she used to play for the Fort Lauderdale Lions, so it's her first time wearing that South Beach blue. The Venom just one rep ahead of the Palms here, and they are already moving into that second quadrant, looking like a well-oiled machine, making those transitions fast. Here is Eddie G, Instagram famous for his personality, and Denise Tam for the Venom. Meanwhile, that is Jessica Placencia and Marcus Washington for the South Beach Palms.
Yeah, and you can look at it here, folks. That's 185 on the men's side, 120 on the women's side. 185, folks, I know it's a lot of fitness enthusiasts watching us right now. That's a whole person that they're lifting above their heads, and it has to be in the proper range of motion. So enjoy.
It looks like the South Beach Palms were able to pull ahead just a little bit, just one rep ahead of the Daytona Beach Venom. This is Savannah Whitten and Dylan Florentine for the Daytona Beach Venom, and that is Sam Secord and Brett Henry for the Palms.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. It looks like they're almost neck and neck. Oh, it looks like the Palms pulled ahead a little bit.
All right, looks like the Venom are just 1 or 2 reps behind the Palms here, but they have their veteran players, Jojo Gomez and Alyssa Martinez on that last quadrant. Hands up for the Palms already. That's Cody Rice and Briley Hansen. 2 more reps, 3 for the Venom. A fault for the mirror, and the Palms are going to take this mirror race. Just seconds behind, just a fault for Jojo Gomez here.
Yeah, the Palms came out the gate hot and heavy. They're focused. And look, the Venom are not down and out yet. They're still fighting. They're focused, determined, and that was still a great heat. Couple things they want to clean up. We'll see what they can do in the next race.
Yeah, there's only 2 reps. You know, there's only we're only 2 races in, I'm sorry, into the match, so there's still a lot of time to be made up. The Venom still look hungry. They're not, you know, like throwing, you know, any kind of fit yet. So the Palms are definitely happy with that one. It was a significant lead, fair is fair. So definitely looking forward coming into that next race. If you like the purple plates and the golden barbells on the grid today, those are from Valor Fitness. You can actually use our QR code for 20% off anything that you see on the grid here today. So let's go ahead and look forward into that next race.
The Ringer Point race is the only race in the match that is chosen by the teams. There are 2 Ringer Point races in every match, one picked by each team from a set list of races determined prior to the season. Each Ringer Point race generally features 1 player, and there is a male and female version of some races depending on the race requirements. The head coach decides whether a male or female will perform the race based on what they feel is the best choice from their roster. There is a catch. A player may only be chosen once for a Ringer Point in a given season. This resets in the playoffs. This short and intense race allows teams to influence their opponent's performance both in-match and season-wide. Remember, choose your race wisely in the Ringer Point race.
Welcome back, party people. We are looking forward to this first Ringer Point race between the Venom and the Palms. This was one chosen by the by the Venom. So it's going to be 20 chest bars followed by a 40-foot sled drag. All right, this is the first time that we're going to see this particular ringer point race in any match format. So it's going to be interesting to see. So it looks like the South Beach Palms are going to be sending out Heather Hudson. Meanwhile, the Venom are sending out Aaron Dejois. This is the first time that we're ever going to see Dejois on the grid. This is his rookie season. He was meant to play in the last match against the Wild, but unfortunately he found out the night before that he was COVID positive.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Hope he's okay. Get better soon.
Definitely. So he is back today, ready to smash this ringer point. A rookie going against a veteran like Heather Hudson is a really big deal because Heather Hudson has almost never lost a ringer point race. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody as efficient as her in these bodyweight movements, especially because she's such a versatile athlete. She does the strength stuff and the bodyweight.
Yeah, and for the folks at home, keep in mind that once a player is chosen for the ringer, they cannot be used for the rest of the year until the playoffs. So their best player is going to be sent out, and you want to make sure that it's the one that's going to get you the win. It's very important.
Definitely. So far, both teams have both of their bonus flags. That just means each team gets a flag at the beginning of the match. And if you decide to use it, you would get an extra point. But if the other team takes it, then they get that extra point. So you really want to use that bonus flag on a match that you know that they will win. So far, no bonus flag, so it looks like neither team is completely sure about what the other one is going to do. I know Dejois has a smaller presence on social media than Hudson does, so I'm sure the Palms know what to expect from Hudson, but we're looking forward to seeing what Dejois is going to bring to the table for Daytona Beach this time.
Yeah, I'm looking to see who's going to bring out that bonus flag first. We'll see. I think this race is going to determine who does it first.
Definitely. This is where we're going to start to see what exactly is happening. Pardon me, it looks like they're actually sending in Rhino Robbie for the Daytona Beach Venom. Oh yeah.
Team stand by. Race.
It was meant to be Dejois for this ringer point race, but it looks like they switched it to Rhino Robbie. Robbie's kind of good at everything here too. Maybe just a little bit bigger than Heather is. So this is going to be interesting to see. Maybe he's more efficient in the sled drag. We never know. So I guess we're looking forward to seeing that now.
And you said it, Cassie. The efficiency is what matters. It doesn't matter the gender. If you can get through it, you can get through it. And this is your style, you're going to show it off.
That's right. Heather just slightly ahead. And Rhino Robbie looking to make up time on this sled drag. It looks like he is really pulling as hard as he can to try to get ahead of Heather. Heather is about to cross that third quadrant. Rhino Robbie slightly making up time here, and he is with his feet
Heather took
static. And Heather Hudson, she's going to take that ringer point race.
Early, what a win by the Palms. I was not expecting that.
It looks like there was a confusion with the standard of the sled drag here with Rhino Robbie and the referees. They were unsure if they had to get the sled past the finish line versus somebody's body. So that's why even I was a little bit confused about who necessarily crossed the finish line first. It looks like we're going to have to review to see what exactly is happening here to see if we do have to rerun it. So we'll take a quick break and a look at the grid while they kind of sort this out for just a second.
Peachy athletic shorts, guys. Just saying. Looking peachy.
And the peaches are great. They're really stretchy. They're soft.
I like the fit. I like the fabric. It makes me just feel more comfortable while I'm working out. I don't have to worry about things coming out.
Love training in these shorts. Love competing in the shorts. They stay put. Got a really nice thick waistband.
They definitely pass the squat test and the booty test. They're really comfortable. Like I could wear them out and I could wear them on the floor.
But still feel covered, but able to do all the movements.
Go get yourself some.
Welcome back to the grid. Our referees and our head commissioner is still reviewing our results from the last match. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Where we left off was a ringer point race where the standards were unclear to both the referees and the players and the coach. Just trying to make sure, in the spirit of fairness, people are really, you know, like selling their souls, kind of, so to speak, on these movements. So you really want to make sure that it's done correctly and it's done in the right light. So that's why, in the spirit of fairness, they're still reviewing it, and they're reviewing the cameras to make sure that everybody is on the same page. And we are still to find out what exactly is going to happen here. So please forgive us as we have a little quick break in here and go to the fourth camera. Welcome back, everybody. Pardon that interruption, and thank you for your patience. We are back with the South Beach Palms and the Daytona Beach Venom. It looks like we are going to end up rerunning that ringer point race that we just saw. So to make it clear, excuse me, because I did get it wrong earlier. It was a ref no call on the Daytona Beach Venom side. They didn't render that it was a good so that he could run into the finish line, but it was done for the Palms. So in the spirit of fairness, since the head referee didn't necessarily see that, they're going to rerun it because there's no telling whether it would have affected the outcome of the race, because it was something that was just so human error.
Yeah, and it happens. You know, you have competitions like this. You can't be all the way perfect, even though you like to. The thing that I'm interested in is to see how fatigue is going to affect these two players, because the same players are going to go again, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to see how well conditioned they are, and we're going to see a do-over. Let's see if Rhino can get it this time. We'll see.
Absolutely. Now they're a little bit warmed up. I'm sure they're feeling a lot of adrenaline. These are two players that do play a majority of the race too. So this is definitely a tough call going into this match, especially so early and letting that onset fatigue set in.
Yeah, and then they're ringers too, so you know it's a lot going on here, but now we're going to show what you're made of. Let's see.
Absolutely. We have over here on the grid Briley Hansen, Paul Bear, the grid league commissioner Mather Wisball, and our two head referees kind of discussing, making sure everybody knows what exactly the standard is, to make sure everybody's eye is on the ball, so to speak.
Make sure you guys get those pictures in.
Once again, thank you for your patience. Comment down below who's going to win this ringer point rerun. Let us know. Is it going to be the Daytona Beach Venom or the South Beach Palms? What are we thinking?
It's going to be interesting, Cassie, because we saw how the first heat went, right? And we saw the Palms come out with the win. I think things will be a little bit more level, and we'll see how they come out of the gate. I want to see Rhino. I want to see him really, really compete at his highest level this time around. So let's see what he brings to the grid.
Yeah, there were a little bit of missteps when it came to the chest to bar, so it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back from that. But in the meantime, quick shout outs to our sponsor, Valor Fitness. All the equipment that you see here today on the grid is sponsored by Valor Fitness. You can use our QR code for 20% off anything you see here on the grid today.
Yeah.
Our title sponsor, Olipop, a new kind of soda that has fiber in it. So it's and they taste amazing, just like regular soda, if not better. PG Athletics, all the uniform bottoms that you see on the grid here today are from PG Athletics, and JerkFit. JerkFit is our official strap sponsor. So anytime that you see a gymnastics movements and people are wearing those wrist straps, those are from JerkFit as well.
Yeah, so cop you some merch and cop you some stuff, folks.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's go ahead and take it into that grid view so we can take a look at what the teams look like.
As we hey, listen, I don't know about you, Cassie, but I don't know the viewers out there, but Kid Cudi, one of my favorite artists. They're pumping this right now in Valor. Ooh. And that's my guy, Cleveland.
Definitely.
Shaker Heights, baby.
You're from Alabama.
I am, but I have a lot of family in Cleveland.
Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah. I was calling you out. I was ready.
No, it's fine. Shut up.
I'm like, I know you.
Roll Tide, baby.
All right, over here on the grid, everybody's looking pretty seriously, pretty fired up. Rhino Robbie looks confident, you know. He probably got those first match jitters out of the way, first race jitters. So Heather Hudson coming back in for the Palms. It's going to be a dogfight, absolutely.
Yeah. So right now, are they like giving them a little bit of a break just to try to catch themselves? Get themselves together to restart?
Yeah, they're giving them a little bit of a break, a little bit of a moment to huddle with your team, because it can definitely get in your head. You know, you're leaving everything out on the grid and you have to do it all over again. That's definitely something really hard, not only physically but mentally to get over. Yeah. Like, okay, what am I going to do differently? I don't want to do anything too differently because it was still kind of close. You know, I just want to make sure that I do everything to the standards, to the best of my ability, and also hopefully come out with a win.
Absolutely.
Definitely, we are just a few seconds from starting off this ringer point race. Heather Hudson looking game face ready. Rhino Robbie looking game face ready. Heather Hudson maybe just a little bit annoyed that she took that win and has to redo it. Understandably so.
I would, yeah.
You know, if you take a win, it definitely feels really good, especially when people didn't even like notice that you won, because it was just kind of unclear to everybody what exactly was happening. But now everybody has a better idea. I'm sure this excitement in here is about to blow the roof off of this place. Come on.
Yeah.
Team stand by. Race.
All right, Rhino Robbie, Heather Hudson back in action. Rhino Robbie on the bar at the same time. Let's get into that rhythm, see if we can make it just a little bit faster. They are just about rep for rep. Heather Hudson just a little bit shorter of a range of motion because she is so small. Rhino Robbie, you know, big dude. Look at those biceps
go. A lot of weight he's getting up there over that bar. It's not easy.
Yep, Heather Hudson, 2 reps in front. Here's Rhino Robbie. He was able to actually close the gap a little bit more from before. All right, Heather was able to just kind of run away with it last time, definitely. So here's Rhino Robbie pulling that sled. He got it through that third quadrant first. They are both going at the same time. He's kind of looking over, but you really don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are in.
Great
that
win.
Was kind of a photo finish.
I don't know. I think Rhino might have got it. I think he might have gotten it, yes.
All right, it looks like the Daytona Beach Venom are going to take this ringer point race. Rhino Robbie, Daytona Beach Venom are looking really happy with this outcome. They're clearing the grid now from this race.
Yeah, and if I'm the Palms, I'm a little bit upset, though, because I got that win the first time around. It ain't my fault.
100%. The fact that you have to redo it, I'm sure, is very frustrating. But at the end of the day, this is a competition. We got to make it fair for both sides. Or else, you know, like, there's no point in competing this sport.
That is correct. So shout out to the Venom for getting that win. A much needed win there at the ringer.
Definitely. I'm sure they needed that sense of accomplishment and camaraderie to really bring their team together now. So they look pumped. We're pumped. Let's look ahead into that next race.
The Echo race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time. but only one player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo race.
I love Element Salt a lot.
Hardcore Element user.
Element's been awesome.
Element.
I've been using Element basically every day. I love it.
I was, back to working out and wanted to make sure that I stayed hydrated because that's so important for your supply.
It was a game changer for me because all through high school and college, I would always cramp. This generally comes from that mineral imbalance. Having Element T, in my training bag keeps me hydrated. It's phenomenal.
It rejuvenates me in the workout. It's what my body craves and it's what it needs after sweating so much. It's definitely helped me get through really long, tough workouts and just give me the energy that I need in order to keep pushing through.
Alrighty, welcome back into this Echo race. Byram, what can the people expect?
All right, so at this Echo race, we're going to start off with 40 single-arm kettlebell squat snatches. They don't need to touch the ground, but it will be 53 pounds snatch for the females as well. There will be a deficit freestanding handstand push-ups, also a med ball ring muscle up with 6-pound med ball, and the clusters, which is 205 clean squat or power for females.
Absolutely amazing. This is a really interesting Echo, and Echo is called Echo because why?
Because 45 seconds after the race is completed, they will be doing it again. Hence the word Echo. Echo.
I like it. It's going to be a fun match format, so let's see. That's Alyssa Martinez and Brielle Macchiarelli for the Palms.
Team, stand by. Race.
All right, Brielle Macchiarelli for the Palms, Alyssa Martinez for the Venom. She's out here. She's definitely getting stronger and stronger every single season. She is doing a little bit of a maneuver there where she's going backwards to stay real nice and close to the start line just to make those transitions real fast here. It looks like they are just about rep for rep. Maybe the Palms just half a rep in front here. No hands still in the air quite yet.
Yeah.
Jojo Gomez, her partner in crime, behind her saying, hey, you got to hurry up. You got it. Come on.
Yeah. And I was going to say, Cassie, if any of those fitness enthusiasts out there know about a kettlebell, you lift 10 pounds, 20 pounds. This is 53 pounds. This is no joke, folks. I know they're making it look easy. This is not easy at all.
Absolutely. That's Savannah Redding coming in for the Daytona Beach Venom. And we're looking at Jessica Placencia for the Palms. Alex Alvarez already waiting to do those free-handing handstand push-ups, and Danielle Lanzaque getting ready as well. 5 reps remaining for the Venom, 4 reps remaining for the Palms. Who will finish first? And it looks like Alex Alvarez is going to start those handstand push-ups first. All right, oh, there was a little bit of a false start here on the Venom, but that's all right. Angelina Midas in the cut waiting, just in case Alvarez needs a little break. Daniel Lanzaque looking like he has a really good rhythm over there, but the Venom still just slightly ahead. Angelina Midas, she actually plays college gymnastics. She's very skilled here, but Daniel Lanzaque, if we just look at him, like, that was absolutely amazing technique. He didn't even have to, like, restart every single time. Heather Hudson finishing up her reps, and it looks like the Venom lost their lead here a little bit, waiting for 2 reps for the Venom. Cody Schaefer back in action. This is the first time we're seeing him this season. We weren't sure if we would, but he started those med ball muscle ups before Alex Alvarez, so he's about 2 reps ahead here.
Yeah, and that's a 6-pound med ball right there that you got to keep stationed between your legs as you do that muscle up. And if you drop that ball, the reps do not count. So it's very important that these athletes stay locked in on their performances.
Absolutely. Here's Tori Height waiting just for that opportunity to get onto the rings. Cody Schaefer controlling that swing on the way down, helping Briley Hansen up. Very good teamwork here. They worked together, on previous seasons, and Cody Schaefer's basically been there since the start of the Palms with Briley Hansen when she founded it. So really cool to see. A little bit of a mess up here from the Venom, a little bit of a slow transition, something to work on when we look at later match formats. And Tori Height is actually looking really good. This is her first match ever here with the Venom as well.
Yeah, she's looking amazing.
Definitely. Here's Cody Rice. He's also a rookie, his first match. He's on the barbell first. He's a few reps ahead here.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, for the folks at home, these teams really have to be focused on their transitions because any second loss can cost them the race. So they want to be focused on the whole performance.
Here's Dylan Florentine and Denise Tam here for the Daytona Beach Venom. They're a little bit shorter and a little bit more efficient on these as well. They're looking really good on just the speed of these as well. They're powering, as well as Dylan Florentine is just squatting all the way as low as he can before he even finishes the extension of the pool. That's just how strong he is. 1 rep remaining for the Palms. Cody Rice getting it up, and the Palms are going to take this first Echo race. 2 reps remaining for the Venom here. Denise Tam on that barbell. 50 seconds remaining, so she's not really trying to tire herself out too much.
Right.
And there will be a short transition time again. Once again, these teams have their strategy pre-planned before they even go into the race, right? There's not a whole lot of game planning that they can do and sending out substitutions in the meantime. It's really going down to whatever we have written we really want to do. So you really want to like sell your soul, so to speak, for this second Echo race. Let's run it back. It's going to be the same movement. Let's see if they utilize a different strategy here.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at it now. This is where your conditioning and your endurance is really tested. I think out of most races, going back to back, we are going to see how they come out of the gate.
Absolutely.
Team stand by.
Once again, Brielle Macchiarelli and Alyssa Martinez here for the Venom, and they are off. I know Alyssa's really trying to make up time here from last time. Not that she was necessarily, doing it slow or anything. She just really wants to make sure that she's able to make some extra time for the rest of her teammates for the other elements as well.
Yeah, and I see one strategy change here. She's using her left hand this time. The first race, she was using her right arm. I'm not sure if she's righty or lefty, but I'm sure she's trying to, like, be careful of the fatigue.
There it is. Yeah, there it goes.
Yep.
Interesting that you note that. That's actually really hard for a lot of people to do, to be able to keep that balance on both sides and be able to be just as efficient on both sides as well. It looks like the Palms are just 1 rep ahead here of Martinez. She's looking to switch out with Savannah Redding here. That's Savannah Redding, and that's Sam Secord for the Palms on the other side. Sam is also really fast at these. She really shines in matches like these, in races like these, such as Triad as well. Brielle Macchiarelli back on the kettlebell. Alex Alvarez lying in wait. Daniel Lansake lying in wait for those handstands. Hand up for the Palms, just 5 reps remaining. They're screeching over there. They're ready to just finish off these reps and really get through them. The Venom are 3 reps behind.
Sorry, Cassie. So what about substitutions now? How does that work? Do they have to go back to the start to substitute?
They do have to substitute by tagging in a player, and you can only tag a member of the same gender. Alex Alvarez having a really nice rhythm here compared to last time. Just not quite as efficient as Lansake. He has a shorter range of motion here. Looks like Alvarez is getting ready for those muscle ups. Midas doing really well compared to last time. It looks like she was able to fix that little hiccup that she did that wasn't necessarily to the standards. Now the Venom are just 1 rep behind.
Yeah, a do-over is always good, and we want to pay attention to those 5-inch ab mats. That really adds a different element as the Venom.
Wow,
Yep.
if you look at the side-by-side, they were just
amazing.
starting at the exact same time. Alvarez just a hair ahead of Schaefer here. The Venom are doing really good. Schaefer maybe just swinging the straps just a little bit too hard, really trying to control it to make sure that you can keep your balance and keep that standard. Alicia Hicks coming in for the first time. She's lying in wait to take over for Alvarez whenever he's ready. Hopefully their transitions are a little bit better than the last Echo race that we just saw.
I was just about to say that, Cassie. It looks like the transitions are much better for the Venom. The Palms look to be in complete control of their What's
Alicia
going on
Hicks
there?
with a slow start here for the Venom. Briley Hansen definitely a lot more efficient with that transition with Schaefer. I'm sure they've practiced it, you know, over the years, at least over 3 years as seasons have gone by. Marcus Washington on that barbell already. Alex Alvarez trying to make up that missing time. There are 4 reps remaining. Alicia Hicks waiting there for Alvarez to finish up those reps. But it is pretty much safe for the Venom to, for the Palms to pretty much take this race away.
Yeah, they have a comfortable lead right now. And this is where the Venom got stuck last time, right here at the muscle-ups here with the medicine ball. And I'm telling you, folks, ring muscle-ups are already tough. You know, I'm a bodyweight guy, but when you add a 6-pound med ball, yeah, it gets a little bit tough out there. A little bit freaky.
Yep, Jojo Gomez coming in for Alicia Hicks to finish off that last rep. Jojo does a little bit of everything, so we said he was smack talking. He usually backs it up. Even though the Palms are just 2 reps away from finishing this Echo race, the Venom still have to finish all their reps to get that last point. Marcus Washington taking his sweet time over here for the Palms, and the Palms are safely going to take this second Echo race. Jojo Gomez, Denise Tam really trying to finish off as fast as possible. Just 30 seconds remaining. If they don't finish within that time cap, they get 0 points for this race.
Yeah, I think South Beach, they went back-to-back there with the Echo race. So as we can see, the Venom are just trying to finish strong. They're at the strength specialist. They're trying to beat that time. They have 15 seconds.
Eddie G coming in. There are only 5 reps left. They really, Coach Paul telling them just to stop. They are not going to finish this second Echo race. The Venom look very dejected. They're coming down the grid to greet their team anyway at that finish line, even though they didn't finish. But, you know, you really try your best, but if you know that you're not going to finish, it's really important that you just save that energy and don't get fatigued.
I was just about to ask you that. The game is the game, you know. You can't get too dejected on one element and one race. You have several races to go, so you want to conserve as much energy as possible, because even though they may have lost these couple of races, they can still make a comeback. It's not over yet.
Absolutely. It's still a close match. They're only just a few points away, so it's still anybody's match.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and see what we can look forward to for that next race.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
The Snooty and THC products for pain, inflammation, sleep. But Grid sent me the application to Early Bird. They were nice enough to send me some samples, and dude, it's awesome. Like, it's a functional dosage. I feel like I feel more professional using their product, right? Rather than recreationally, knowing what's being put in my body, knowing the dosages that are being used, the type of cannabis that's being used. It kind of takes away the bad rap of what cannabis has been for years.
My pain level before Lubricin was like 9 to 10. And after Lubricin, I'm like 2 to 3. I saw it first at the CrossFit competition and it definitely caught my eye, but I wasn't experiencing any pain at the moment. Then I started feeling pain on my elbow here on the inside part, and the league offered us to try the product and see how it felt, and I've been feeling great since.
My fiance comes from a family of cattle farmers, and we understand the importance of supporting local agriculture and also how much work and effort it takes to properly raise good quality meat. I choose Grassroots because when we look at the packages, we see that it's been produced here in the United States, that it's grass-fed and finished, and even just looking at the meat and the quality of the meat in the package, you can tell by that deep red color that it's been raised correctly on regeneratively farmed lands and that it's a good quality cut of meat.
Welcome back, folks, to Gridley. We are getting ready for the ladder race. Now, just to keep in mind and put you on to the actual factuals, we have 2 deadlifts and 1 clean complex. So the men's weight is 225 at the first quadrant, 250 at the second, 275 at the third, and 300 at the fourth. For the women's weight, it is 135 at the first quadrant, 155 at the second, 175 at the third, and 195 at the fourth. And keep in mind, folks, when it comes to that clean, there must be a pause at the top for the rep to count. So this is a very, very highly extreme race right here. A lot of heavy weight out there for both the men and the women. So we're very excited to see how these teams perform. Let's go.
Absolutely. As we said earlier during that pre-show, if you're just now joining us, let me reiterate. The last time that the Venom and the Palms went against each other, the Venom kind of took it away. They won by more than 10 points. So it was really cool because if you win by more than 10 points in any given ladder race, then the other team that did not get that many points will receive 0 credit for the race. Meanwhile, you will get the 2 points for the ladder, which is really important for the Venom right now. The current score is 5 points for the Venom, 9 points for the Palms. So the Palms have a 4-point lead on the Venom as it stands. It's still anybody's match right now. So there's still time to see what's going to happen here. Oh, and here comes Paul Bear with a bonus flag.
Oh, snap.
His team is very confident that he...
What happened? Was he denied? What happened?
It looks like he didn't give the bonus flag on time because there was less than 1 minute until the match starts. Less than 1 minute before the match starts, you cannot throw that bonus flag. Very unfortunate for the Venom because I'm sure they were very sure that they were going to take that as well.
Team stand by. Race.
Here is Rhino Robbie for the Venom, Heather Hudson for the Palms. What do you notice about this?
Well, what do I see? I see 2 different genders, obviously.
We see our ringer point matchup, and we also see different strategy here. Rhino Robbie started on that first bar. Heather Hudson started on that second bar. That's something typical that you can see here for the ladder race.
Got it. So, and one thing too, folks, when it comes to deadlifting like this, I always say, look at the legs. The legs will tell the story. You have to have a strong core, strong legs to get through this exercise. There's a lot of heavyweight there.
Rhino Robbie absolutely smacking that last bar on this ladder race. Tori Height coming out for the first time for the ladder. Very easy first quadrant. Brett Henry, welcome back on that third quadrant. He is a single day sign, so this is the only time that we'll see him this season. Tori Height making a joke out of that second bar. Tiny but mighty, that's what we like to call him here in Grid. There's a lot of people on the vertically challenged side who are just absolute powerhouses. This is a really cool sport for that reason.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You can be tiny in stature, but there's a lot of fire in that soul for all of these players out here. Both teams
and that's a good ladder clear for Tori Height. It's her very first ladder, and she cleared that 4th bar. Not easy as a rookie. Here comes Briley Hansen on that 4th bar. Let's see it. And nice, there she gets it up. That was actually Briley Hansen and JoJo Gomez. If you joined us earlier, we were talking about the smack talking happening between them. JoJo was saying that Briley Hansen was the only good player on the Palms and the other ones are just supporting characters. And Briley just kind of laughed it off and said, it's just JoJo.
Yeah, you can say that, but
let's see what just JoJo got for this clean. And he clears that ladder easy. Out of here.
Great job.
Here comes our friend Hannah Thompson. This is her first time on the grid as well as Cody Rice. He finished that 4th bar like it was cake.
Yeah, I like to see the strategy that these teams are using. As you know, the weight gets heavier as you go down the grid. So it's very important that you know your players, how they can perform. You just can't throw a player out there and just say, hey, go deadlift.
Definitely. Here comes Sam Secord on that 4th bar, and that is a good rep for her. She's gonna get out of here. And here comes that last bar for Hannah. Really hard clean, and she got it. Very good finish for Hannah. Very important 4 points here. Here comes Dylan Florentine to come out for the Venom. Meanwhile, that's Marcus Washington for the Palms. Both of these players, veterans. Dylan Florentine, this is his 2nd season here competing. Both of them very strong, similar in abilities. So really, really fun to see how they're just power cleaning through this ladder. It's really cool.
Yeah, and this is one of those exercises and performances where you don't want to leave any points on the grid because you're pushing out so much energy. For you to get 0 points would be just disheartening. So
definitely, here comes Dylan Florentine with that 4th bar, and it's a good clean. Dylan Florentine with a beautiful technique here as well. Alyssa Martinez, very fast deadlifts, and that's a good power clean. Look at this speed. Let's look at the Venom real quick. Meanwhile, Dainier Lansac coming out for the Palms. Woo, look at that speed. Dainier went straight for that 4th bar, so let's see if he could do it. And that is a good lift. Meanwhile, Alyssa did almost every single bar here.
So they have
Eddie G.
There's a fault
Little
there.
Start line fault here because she wasn't totally out of the grid yet. Let's see if Eddie could finish within that time cap.
4, 3, 2.
Can he get it?
And he got it at the very last second, but they gave him a no rep for that one.
No!
That was a really tough call.
We just spoke about leaving points on the grid.
Really great effort from Eddie for turning around and going back to the start line and running all the way over there and able to get that clean up just on time. But it looks like he didn't keep it on his shoulders for just quite long enough. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more as the story develops. But in the meantime, we're still looking to figure out what the ladder score is.
All right. Yeah, so as Cassie gets up to go talk to some of the athletes there, that was a great heat there. Both the Venom and the Palm, they really did a great job. The Palm actually took that win there. We really want to talk to the Venom to see what happened at the end there because we really don't want to leave any points on the grid. And when you're putting out that type of energy, that type of power, when you're lifting this type of weight, you really want to get most out of it. Big up to both teams out there. They really put in their best. And we're standing by for Cassie as she gets ready to interview one of the Venom athletes.
What's going to be next is our weight ringer. 5 snatches at 225 for the guy. 150.
We're here with Rhino Robbie of the Daytona Beach Venom. Robbie, we saw you earlier do 2 ringer point races because it did have to be rerun. Tell us a little bit about what was happening there.
So it was 20 chest to bar into a sled pull, and you can only start into the 4th quadrant. Something happened where I guess I finished first, but I wasn't in the box, or something happened with the judging, so there was a miscommunication. So we had to rerun it, and I guess I won the first one. They didn't count it, so I won the second one, and they counted it. So.
Was there anything that you did differently during that second one that maybe was able to make you a little bit more comfortable going onto that sled pull?
Yeah, I was a little bit more calm on the rig. The rig was a little bit shaky, having 2 athletes on opposite ends just going back and forth. So I just slowed down my kip, and I just kept staying consistent with it. The first time I had to stop like 3 times, and I was still ahead of her, so I knew that if I slowed down and I hit every rep, that I was going to beat her for sure. Yeah.
And what is your outlook on your team's ladder performance right now?
So I'm actually really surprised. I don't know if we've ever won a ladder, so that's really cool. If we did, I'm just really stoked that we all hit the 4th bar, the last bar. So the heaviest bar for all of our athletes to get there. That was pretty impressive, so I'm happy about that, even if we won or lost.
That's definitely a really good point because you don't often see everybody clear that 4th bar, but your team was able to really do that. Yeah. So awesome. Good luck on the rest of your match. Thank you. And we're going back to Byram at the desk.
Thank you, Cassie. Great interview with the Rhino here at Grid League. And as you heard there, folks, it's very, very important that you manage your emotions here as you perform, because your emotions can dictate how well you put your best foot forward in your exercises. So great job by the Venom there. Great job by the Palms all around. And we're looking forward to the ringer point away.
We are looking forward to see what exactly is happening with these ladder points. Who is going to take this one? I know Rhino Robbie said that he wasn't sure if they won a ladder race, but actually the Venom are actually pretty good on ladder. Not necessarily this season, but in seasons past, we've definitely seen a lot of really strong strength athletes here.
Take the ladder.
We were just telling the people how important it is for you to manage your emotions when you get out here on the grid, because when you're performing in front of a crowd, it's a little bit different than when you're practicing and you're getting ready for the actual performance, you know, in front. So, yeah, manage your emotions, folks.
Absolutely, and it looks like the Palms are actually going to take this ladder. They won 73 to 59, so just since they did win by more than 10 points, it looks like the Daytona Beach Venom will be getting 0 points for this particular race.
Oh, that's
actually so unexpected. It looks like the Palms maybe had a little bit of a better strategy going into this ladder. None of them hit the first bar. They all deemed it small potatoes and went for, you know, the heavier, worth more points bars.
You got it. It's a game plan. You know,
Absolutely.
you got to go get it. And I'm expecting the flag, the bonus flag, to come out fairly soon here, Cassie.
Yeah, so I guess it's a good thing that Paul Bear wasn't able to throw that bonus flag earlier, because he would have lost by even more points.
There you go.
So let's go ahead and look into that next race.
We're going in 15 seconds.
Oops, I lied. Here comes that ringer point race. It's going to be Cody Rice versus Jojo Gomez.
Team stand by.
Here we go.
Race.
All right, we are doing 5 snatches at 225 pounds. Jojo Gomez, veteran, versus Cody Rice, rookie.
Do you see this heavy weight they're lifting, folks? This is crazy.
I told you JoJo was going to back it up. Cody Rice looking really strong for a rookie, though, and JoJo Gomez is very comfortably going to take this ringer point race.
Look at the Venom. They're so excited. The whole team runs down. They faced so much today, and to get a win in that fashion was just spectacular. Great job by the Venom.
They definitely needed that. JoJo with a little bit of a showboating to the Palms as the Palms laugh back to the grid. You know, it's all in good fun.
Of
you know,
course.
They're really trying their best. Little handshake from Cody Rice and JoJo Gomez. It's really cool to see. You know, it's a sport, but it's all love at the end of the day. So that's really cool.
Yeah, turn it up in this thing, man. Let's have some fun. Let's show them what we do. Mama mentality, baby.
Oh yeah, I like that one. You know, I'm not a Lakers fan, but I like Mama. All right, let's go ahead and look into that next race, that Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level body weight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper-specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
Element really helps me keep the intensity going.
Once I found out that I tore an Achilles, I had a mix of emotion. I went to go stand and I couldn't stand and I fell back down. I did feel that something wasn't exactly right. I was just kind of afraid of how soon can I get back, when can I get back, will I even be 100% when I get back. I ended up reaching out to Elite 7 that kind of helped progress me through that recovery.
Elite 7 sports medicine is really different from your typical sports medicine field. There's a continuity of care that just doesn't exist.
The options from Elite 7, I like to use it in 2 words and kind of break it down. It was aggressive and progressive. So it was more aggressive to get you back into where you normally do a bit sooner. In progressive, it gets you progressively back into where you normally were in a safe manner to help you get back to your normal day-to-day activities sooner.
We want you to understand your injury and we want you to be able to help yourself. You see us in an event, you get injured, we're there to care for you at that event, but then you go home and you're not by yourself.
Very helpful and very different from what you would typically get from your normal PT.
There's a better way to do sports medicine. There's a better way to take care of athletes. And there's a better way for athletes to get better.
10 feet. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Grid Leave. This is the Jack and Jill race that we are preparing for. This is a 1 male and 1 female race. 3 body movements. This is a body weight exercise. So we have 10 reps at the first quadrant. Is that quadrant 1 and quadrant 2?
Yep.
And we also have, that's the handstand walk. We have the 6-pound med ball handstand walk. And we also have the sled drag handstand walk. The element values there are 1, 3, and 4. And this is something that's so exciting for me, folks, because I am a calisthenics bodyweight specialist myself. That's my thing. So I'm very, very excited to see both these teams perform extremely hard than the actual regular body weight, but we're gonna see them turn it up a notch, baby. Come on.
Bothly, definitely. I think both of these teams are kind of evenly matched here in the bodyweight specialty movements. Both of them have players that can kind of do just about everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one shakes out, especially given the male-female aspect of Jack and Jill.
And it is possible that you could be a bodyweight specialist, but a utility player can also take this as well. A great all-around player can really get the win here. So let's see what the strategy is for both these teams.
Regarding that last ringer point, it looks like the Palms are going to take no points because they did not finish within 20% of the Venom.
Wow.
So the Palms took 0 and the Venom took 2. So that's a little bit of a good dent into their point differential.
Yes.
Team stand by. Race.
And here we go. We got Dilly Fullwood. His name is Dylan, but we call him Dilly. And Hannah Thompson for the Venom. Briley Hansen. And that was Cody Schaefer for the Palms. But now we're looking at Lansake.
Man, and just look at this. People at home, I need you to understand, yes, we have fitness enthusiasts that are watching this, but for you average Joes, quote unquote, out there, to walk on your hands is extremely incredible and extremely tough. And we're going to see them add a med ball to this. Wow, just wow. Enjoy what you're seeing, folks. The top athletes in the world.
Absolutely, and we can really see kind of the teamwork and the strategy here going into this. When they tag out, you'll see how Rhino Robbie is going to touch Alex Tandy's leg, and he is going to go through as well. So Rhino Robbie just tagged him on the leg, and that's basically as good as a tag. It looks like there actually wasn't a tag for the Palms there.
You saw that there.
Yeah, you saw that, right? But that's all right. Where we continue anyway, they're just about evenly matched. No telling if that would have affected the outcome of the race so far.
Yeah, I think that med ball is going to be the great equalizer. These are all evenly matched teams. The athletes seem to be really, really neck and neck. We're going to see how they perform in the next quadrant.
Yeah, Rhino Robbie with a little fault out there. Alex Tandy coming in. And hand up, 4 left for the Venom, 2 left for the Palms. So Palms with a very slight lead here, especially with that little mishap there. Here is Hannah Thompson and Alex Alvarez coming back. 3 reps left for the Venom. And the Palms, oh, that's a little fault for the Palms here for Brielle Macurelli. She has to make that one up, fall into the start line. And here comes Artur Cabral. Welcome back to the grid. First time seeing him here in this match. And here's Angelina Midas with that med ball. Yeah. Alex Tandy finishing off that last rep, little miscommunication there. And here comes Angelina in 1 second. Briley Hansen finishing up that med ball handstand walk. Back to the first quadrant. Cody Schaefer about to come in. Angelina Midas finishing up for the Venom. Little fault out for Schaefer here. He got caught in the straps. Oh, he keeps getting caught in the straps. This is not good for the Palms, but good for the Venom. There we go. He's gotten it up. Angelina Midas finishing off for the Venom.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, that is a 6-pound med ball right there. So if you know about body weight, that's tough enough. any type of poundage that you add to body weight is
Oh
going to take
no,
what happened
it looks
there?
like there was a referee miscommunication.
No.
Alex Alvarez had to go back and fix that tag with
man.
Dilly Fullwood. Meanwhile, the Palms are going to take this Jack and Jill race.
Yeah, the Palms cruise this time around.
The re-sign of Cody Schaefer was definitely a huge help to their roster here, especially in this match format with these handstand walks. And here comes Alex Alvarez finishing off for the Venom. He has still 50 seconds to go, so he's not really stressing himself out too much. Angelina Midas just standing with him, making sure they go through at the same time.
Yeah.
And here comes the rest of the Venom showing support for the rest of their team. And this is the different Venom team that we saw last time. I'll give them a lot of credit. Last time that we saw the Daytona Beach Venom, they just weren't happy with the outcome of the race. They looked a little bit disheveled. I'm sure they're still not happy with this outcome, but they look to be more of a well-fit team. They look like they have a lot more camaraderie. They're supporting each other a lot more. So credit to them for that, and huge credit to the Palms for coming back from that slight lead that the Venom had there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the Venom. They have a lot of heart there. They had some transition issues there, but you always got to finish your breakfast. You know, it's
You
all
always
right.
gotta finish your
breakfast,
breakfast.
baby. Finish the race. It's good. We'll get on to the next one.
I like it. I like it. Let's go ahead and look into that next race.
The triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the triad race.
We about to die, both of us, out here in the sands of Miami.
I'm so nervous. I'm never usually this nervous, and I'm super nervous.
This event is called High Rocks. This is the Miami one. It's a little bit different. Usually it's indoors. This one's out on the sand on the beach. So
in total, it's 5 miles of running, but in between every 1,000 meters, there's an event of some sort. So like a sled push, sled pull, a ski, a row, burpees, lunges. Like there's a bunch of different stuff you have to do in between a bunch of runs.
it's outdoors. It's hot. It's like over 80 degrees here. So I'm nervous. I'm gonna fall over and cramp and have like an array of muscle cramps all over my body. So hopefully Element saves me today.
Like I'm getting nervous. I want to go look at things and like we're done.
Walking, nervous, cramping, water.
It's gonna be a fun day.
Oh my God. From the lifting to the high skill gymnastics to the dying and the triad.
On the grid, hang cleans and anything gymnastics. So anything like double touches, triple touches, muscle ups.
Not sure how grid and high rocks are gonna go hand in hand, but we're gonna find out.
I don't think I'd be as healthy as I am and
feeling ready in terms of like season or during season without the team. Especially because there's a lot of high skill movements in grid, so they help keep my body healthy, they help me recover faster, especially when I have like little aches and pains or I get tight. And it's just been super, super helpful, whether it's everyday life or when I'm in season.
Welcome back, folks. This is Grid League. We are getting ready for the female triad. So this is a group of 3 performing reps at each of the 3 stations, okay? So we're gonna go down the actual factuals. We have the double kettlebell hang clean jerk. We have the bar muscle up, legless rope climb, shoulder to overhead, and the deck to squats over the box. We're gonna see a lot of action happening out here. So let's lock in, folks. We got 35 pounds starting at the first quadrant, and we are getting ready for both teams to go.
Yup, as you said, Byram, it's going to be 3 females working at a time, and it looks like they're sending out their strong players first. Remember, they could tag out at any time, but they do need to make contact behind the start line here for it to count.
10. Team stand by. Race.
They're off.
Alrighty, for the Venom, we have Tori Height, Alyssa Martinez, and Sarah Homestead. For the Palms, that's Jess Placentia, Sam Secord, and Briley Hansen. These are all really good, strong players to start off this female triad. We're looking at really strong CrossFit athletes as well. They train CrossFit to do grid, but this is just a little bit more of a performance sport for those of you joining us. This is not CrossFit. It's who can do it first in a team setting. You know, the fastest as possible and just get it done and switch out for that specialized player.
Yeah, these are some of the most powerful women in the world, guys. Like, you've got to understand what you're seeing right here. This is one of the top team action sports you're ever going to see. So enjoy what you're seeing out there, people. You'll never see anything like this out there.
That's right. We have Briley Hansen, Heather Hudson, and Brielle Macchiarelli on the Palms. That's Hannah Thompson, Sarah Homestead, and Tori Height for the Venom. They're looking very strong over here. Both teams looking strong. The Palms just a few reps ahead, hands up for the Venom.
Yeah, look at them get over that bar. I'm just seeing it. I'm just enjoying it. And now they're on to the rope climbs. Wow.
Those are going to be legless rope climbs here to 12 feet, which is going to be that white tape that you can see. Meanwhile, the other players are just finishing up those reps here for the Venom. Angelina Midas joining the fold for gymnastics. She's a bodyweight specialist here. Just 1 rep remaining on each rope for the Palms. Slight miscommunication here with the Venom. Angelina Midas doing really well at following her coach's directions and just doing whatever she had to do, even if it wasn't necessarily the plan. Hannah Thompson lying away at the barbells. Meanwhile, the Palms are already doing those shoulder to overheads, and they are absolutely smacking them, hands in the air for all of them. Venom are just starting those. Very efficient here. Sarah Homestead has a lot of reps to make up on that middle bar as the other ladies make their way over to the boxes.
Yeah, and these aren't just body weight specialists. These are utility, great all-around ladies out here performing at the highest level, and they're going to need it too.
Oh, that's a fault for Sarah Homestead. She's still having to do an entire shoulder to overhead, and the Venom are just starting their box. Deck to squat to box, while the Palms are already a few reps ahead.
Yeah, those transitions will just eat you alive if you're not locked in. Every rep counts.
That's right. No hands up for anybody yet, but the Palms have a very, very comfortable lead against the Venom here. We're still working that. Palms have no subs available. Remember, they're only working with 5 female players at a time, which is basically unheard of in grid. They do have a sparse roster, missing Amber Bose today. Hands up for both teams. Just 1 finger up for the Palms. They are finishing up their last few reps. A very good lead ahead of the Venom here. 4 reps remaining for the Venom, and the Palms casually stroll into the finish line for this female triad.
Yeah, they've been cruising all day. Cruising USA, baby.
That's right. Venom finishing up their last few reps here on those deck to squat to box jump overs. 4 reps remaining with 30 seconds, so they're not really worried about tiring themselves out too much.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Protect your cartilage.
That's right. Definitely don't want to fatigue yourself when there's still so much match to go here. And the Venom are crossing into the finish line with 20 seconds to go. Rest of the Venom team coming up, you know, give support to their girls. That was a really tough one. It was a hard loss. You know, they're laying there on the floor. I'm sure they feel some kind of dejected there. Palms have a very comfortable lead right now going into these final few races here, excuse me. The Palms are just looking very strong. Even though they have a sparse roster, we're looking at a team who knows exactly what they're doing. They've all played before, besides, of course, Cody Rice. And the leadership of Riley Hansen and the way that she has coordinated her team has just made it that much more effective when it comes to doing all of those transitions, doing the elements as they were written. You know, the Venom have players that come from all over the United States kind of competing at a time. So it's really interesting to see how everything is happening. So we're looking forward to our friend Byram over at the start line with Riley Hansen. Let's take it over.
You to be a player coach? Not many player coaches.
There's an advantage to that. It's a lot. I feel like I'm very level-headed and I'm able to like multitask. So the advantage for me personally is that I'm a good multitasker. I can go back and forth from playing, coaching, player, coaching. So.
What do you think about your team's performance today? You guys seem to be cruising. It could have been a lot harder, but you guys are looking real great today. Talk to me about your performance.
We are very shy on players. Like, we're playing with a bare minimum right now. So we just made sure this match comes down to pure communication. Like, we've practiced so much, just communicate and we'll be good. And they've held strong. It's been really good.
Now, as a coach, what are you personally looking to bring to the season as a coach?
I am looking to bring a good attitude for the whole entire season. That's what it is.
I love it.
For the remainder of the season.
I love it. Great job, and thank you for your time. Back to you, Chris.
What the is this? No!
She wants me back.
Yeah.
It's just we actually met because of Grid. The coach brought me back and he brought her in as a rookie athlete, and that's kind of when we met. We went out for pizza and the rest is history.
It just helps both of us, I think.
Yeah.
Be the best version we can be.
We just try to beat the out of each other.
So a couple more minutes here, but then rest and get ready to do the try. Yay!
Up! Up!
Dead straight, Rachel. Get out of here. Bye. Get out of here. Good job. Let's go.
That was good.
Wait, you guys stayed together the whole time. I know you practiced it before. Did that feel good?
Yeah.
Boys, get ready for triumph.
Oh wait, do they want to run it with the girl stuff?
No.
That's not there.
Yes, it is.
Wordle, baby. Working the muscles and mind. I feel bad now. I should probably get in.
Punch. Do punch so that you can eliminate you.
I guess we get it.
Oh! Alright. We got it in 5.
I'm so good at this shit.
It is, but we're just fucking around.
It's just the way down.
The energy's just good this year. The energy is super good, you know, like everybody's just getting along real well and having a good time. So that's the most important thing, you know, man, show off everything and get that teamwork.
Go, Eddie!
Nice.
Come on, come on!
Come on!
Come on! Let's go with that push!
Everyone's strong as
Everyone's really strong. Everyone's really
All
good.
right, we are
Have a
back
great
for the
second.
male triad. It's going to be those same movements, just the weight is changing. For the men, that kettlebell is going to weigh 53 pounds. It's going to be 8-bar muscle-ups. Those legless rope climbs are going to go just a little bit higher to touch that metal post at the top. Shoulder to overhead is going to be 185 whopping pounds. And those deck squat to over box is going to be at 30 inches tall. So it's definitely going to be just a little bit harder than those ladies had it. So let's see how the men fare against each other.
I'm ready. Here we go.
All right, we have Brett Henry, Marcus Washington, and Cody Rice for the Palms. That's Dilly Fullwood, Alex Alvarez, and Jojo Gomez for the Venom.
And that 53 pounds, I've got to tell you, like I always say, folks, kettlebells over the head, 10, 20, it's tough. 53 pounds, it feels like you're lifting a whole person above your head. So this is high-level elite athleticism out there.
Yeah, some of these players weigh 100 pounds. So 53 in each hand, that's the same thing.
Half their body weight.
They're basically doing cheerleading out here.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a few reps remaining for the Venom. Jojo Gomez getting through those really, really fast. Slight transition there from Alvarez into Dylan Florentine. Alvarez is going to meet them at the bar here. Palms are already starting those bar muscle-ups. We're looking at Artur Cabral, Cody Schaefer, and Marcus Washington. Man, if you look at Artur Cabral, his toes almost just grazed the ground. He is a very tall player, but I'm surprised that, given how much he really has to lift up, he's able to go so fast. Those are very clean. Look at those.
Very much so clean. And when you're tall and long like that, it's a little bit of different range of motion for you. You got to be careful. As you can see, his toes are almost grazing the ground. I'm sure he's aware of it. And when you're tall like that, you are aware of it. So kudos to him for getting through it.
Absolutely. Alex Alvarez and Dilly Fullwood starting those rope climbs. The Palms just ahead here. There is a second rope that nobody is on for the Venom doing those rope climbs. Jojo Gomez just kind of standing to the side. And it looks like Dilly Fullwood is going to make up those reps for the rope climb. They really messed up that transition here. It's supposed to be Dylan Florentine, but it looks like Dilly Fullwood still has one more to go. Jojo Gomez waiting on that bar. Meanwhile, we're looking over at the Palms at that bright blue. That's Cody Rice, Brett Henry, and Marcus Washington. Once again, they are ahead here for the Venom.
And I want to just tell the people at home, the shock that your body feels when you go from body weight to lifting like real weight. It's different. Your body just feels different. Your body reacts differently. So you have to be conditioned to be able to handle it.
Absolutely true. Dylan Florentine was able to finish up that last rep for the rope climbs, but the Palms once again have a very comfortable lead on the Venom. Venom really trying to get those shoulder to overheads up as quickly as possible. One rep remaining, and they are on the boxes. Let's see if they can even make up some time here for those box jump overs. They have about a minute and a half, so I'm sure that both of the teams will finish with good time. Dilly Fullwood coming in for the male side on the Venom. That's Cody Schaefer, Cody Rice, Cody, and Cabral over there for the Palms. They got just 4 reps remaining each.
Yeah, and I want to just say, when it comes to these exercises, everything is relative. Just because it looked like the ladies performed a certain way and it was easier for them, that doesn't mean it's harder for the guys. It's all equal out there. Your body weight is what it is. You got to get through it, and you also got to perform with the weights as well.
Absolutely, 100%. That's why we give the men just a little bit more hops and weight, and the Palms are going to comfortably finish this male triad. Gender against gender, it looks like the Palms came out on top. There were a few races specialized that the Venom were able to take, but they still have about 30 seconds to finish up those 4 reps that they have for Dilly Fullwood.
Yeah, the Palms are cruising too much for my blood. They're cruising too much. Somebody got to stop this, man. We need the Venom to get some venom in them Palms over there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 2 reps remaining. Last rep for Alex Alvarez, and the Venom are out of here with 10 seconds to spare for this male triad. The Palms had a very comfortable lead the whole time, and they still have a very comfortable lead going into this next sprint relay.
Yeah.
What do we know going into it?
Well, the sprint relay, let's see. are we going to go over all the actual factuals for the sprint relay?
Well, we're going over the actual factuals when it comes to the scoring. So it looks like
Okay.
the Palms have a very significant lead against the Venom here. Unfortunately, well, here's this. There's still 2 bonus flags in play.
Yes.
Nobody has thrown a bonus flag. If they do so, choose to do so for this race, it will be worth more points because as we know, the sprint relay is worth 3 points versus the 2 that you normally have.
Yeah.
Now, if they add a bonus flag, that would be 4 points. Or if they throw a bonus flag, an extra bonus flag, that would be 5 points. We saw it last time with the Venom and the Wild, and unfortunately the Venom fared no points for that one. So going into this next matchup, if they do so decide to throw those bonus flags, maybe the Venom can close that differential just a bit going into it. But right now we could probably safely say that the Palms are taking this match.
Yeah, I mean, you can't throw that bonus flag out right now just to give you some incentive and get the most out of it. We'll see what Coach Bear does. But yeah, it's a tall task for the Venom right now.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and look ahead to what we can expect for the sprint relay.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with 1 player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
Grid Wars! Yeah, baby!
Excited. This is going to be fun. I like stuff like this. Being able to coach and get people into it and have them have the first grid experience, it's going to be a good time.
Nervous, excited, never done this.
Really nervous, but it's gonna be fun. Wish me luck.
Kill it.
1, 2, 3, Junior!
That was the spark we needed. It's electric in the air, baby.
Now we can do the mini grid.
Was amazing. The race was so funny.
All comes down to this, Mike. Let's go.
I think we're going to be all right. And once we win this one, we win the whole thing.
No, back away.
That's sportsmanship over here.
Fuck you! Pretty much gonna do the whole thing, and then I'm gonna run across and win.
folks, we are getting ready for the sprint relay here at Grid League. And just to go over some of the actual factuals of the performances going down, we have the 50-pound double dumbbell burpee over a 24-inch box. You have ring muscle-ups. There is a 35-pound single dumbbell pistol thrusters. We have 6-pound med ball handstand walking, triple touches, deck to squat over the box, 30-pound walk balls, and 225 overhead squat. So let's get ready to see how these teams perform.
Great job spitting that out, dude. They're about to send their best players out for these very specialized skills. That's Rhino, Robbie, and Brett Henry over on that first quadrant. As we said earlier during that last match, Byram, if you remember, they'll utilize different strategies here. They'll send out a big, heavy dude that weight and that height is no problem for, just to kind of knock everything out, and then send in a lady to kind of just do that last rep and do that 4-point touch at the start line and run to the finish line, because whoever does that last rep must be the one to do that 4-point touch and run out.
Yeah, the 4-point touch is the thing that I'm always locked in on, because if they do not do that 4-point touch, the reps do not count. So you got to make sure that all the teams and athletes are locked in on their strategy.
Absolutely. It's something very easy to mix up here. So you really want to be very careful. Here comes Alyssa Martinez, just very slightly ahead of Jessica Placencia, and she is going to get out of here. 4-point touch and run. Jessica Placencia out there running. And here is Joe Gomez for the Venom. He started that muscle up first, and here comes Cody Schaefer. Now the thing about Cody Schaefer is he is a gymnast. Here comes that rhythm. You'll see that butterfly.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Yeah,
they're coming into it.
Man, just look at the power. You can
Absolutely.
see the power through those rings, man. Just straight energy, and I just love to see it, man. This is just some of the top
One rep
athletes.
remaining. Sorry. One rep remaining for both players. They're going to 4-point touch, and they are going to sprint into the finish line. Cody Schaefer throwing up that peace sign to Joe Gomez on the way. Here comes Aaron DeJoie. Been a while. I don't think we've seen him on the grid today. He was supposed to do that ringer point race earlier, but he was switched out for Rhino Robbie. So here he is doing those pistol thrusters, doing a great job at it too. You know, he is not, you know, like the tallest player on the team, so that short range of motion is really working out for him. Marcus Washington just a few reps behind. No hand up yet for the Palms. 2 reps remaining here. Little slight fault for the Venom.
Yeah, range of motion matters, getting the rep.
And there goes Aaron DeJoie. He is going to hit that 4-point touch.
Oh, 4-point touch means
and
hands
he's
and
going
feet.
to run into that finish line. Here comes Sam Secord. She's starting off that next movement, and she is out of here.
Wow, 40-40.
Yeah, Venom just slightly ahead here. Angelina Midas with that 6-pound med ball handstand walk. The thing about the handstand walk is you could just go to the finish line and you will just remain there for the remainder of the time. You do not have to do that 4-point touch. Angelina's really good at these because she does have a gymnastics background, and it looks like the Venom are sending out Tori Height for that next one. Briley Hansen still finishing up that handstand walk. If I were the Venom, I would have sold my soul on this and thrown that bonus flag, Byram. Woo.
Yeah, you got to get them points. They didn't know.
They didn't know,
you got to
100%.
take the chance sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And I think these teams, especially the Venom, they're putting their best foot forward. They had a tough race today, so they're trying to finish strong.
Yep, here comes Tori Height, her first time finishing off her sprint relay. She really has to do a sprint here to make sure they keep that lead. Heather Hudson coming over to do that 4-point touch as well. Here is Sarah Homestead for the Venom. She's jumping up onto that box. That is no problem for her at all. And she has a very good lead here. Here's her comes Adu Cabral. I wouldn't be too comfortable if I were the Venom, though. Look at Cabral's speed over there. Briley Hansen screeching. Brielle Macurelli screeching. So, you know, they're really making up time here. I would move a little bit faster if I were Sarah Homestead. Just 2 reps remaining on this side for the Venom. No hands up yet for the Palms, and Sarah Homestead is getting out of here. Artu Cabral with a slight fault in that box jump over, but it looks like he got his rhythm back. Here comes Dilly Fullwood.
Yeah, and I'm just seeing all these players explode off the floor. You're seeing him throw that wall ball up. That's 30 pounds right here. And folks, I know you're enjoying this live stream. I know you're enjoying watching at home. Come here in person to Valor. You gotta see this in person. Enjoy yourself. Bring the family. Come out and enjoy some good team action sports.
Absolutely. If not, you're not in the area, comment down below where you want to see Grid come to next. What city are you in? Maybe we'll come there next. Here comes Dilly Fullwood with that 4-point touch. Brett Henry still finishing up his med ball throws. That's 3 reps left for the Palms here, and Alex Alvarez coming in for the snatches. We never see Alvarez in here for the snatches. He's considered a body. Oh, that's a fall on that first one. He's actually a body weight specialist.
He almost lost his life
so
right there.
interesting that they're putting him out here for that one. All right, so that's 1 rep. He has 4 remaining.
That's 225, folks. He's pushing through it. He has
Cody
a lot of
Rice
heart.
for the Palms, probably able
Look
to
at
pick
him.
up some reps. The Venom
Wow.
are cheering him
Look
on.
at him.
He
Both
has
teams
just
are locked
1
in.
rep remaining.
Both teams-
And
We got the
it's
point.
to the finish line.
Here we go.
Who is going to hit that 4.2?
Who got the? Oh no, Venom.
And Cody Rice. Oh my God! At the very last second, Cody Rice hit that sprint to the finish line. I was really not expecting it. I'm sorry, I'm screeching in your ears back home. But oh my gosh!
Sorry, guys. We get a little excited here watching these races. That was, man, what a photo finish. That was who has the fastest 40. Who has the 4.5? Who has the 4.47? Wow, what a race. That trip, he tripped.
That is one for Sports Center, for sure. That was so good.
Yeah.
Cody Rice was definitely able to impress some people here today. I'm
Yes.
sorry for your ears back home. Let's take a look at the grid. You know, all that camaraderie. You know, we were doing a lot of. They were doing a lot of crap talking. You know, in the beginning, going into this match. But it's all love at the end of the day. Everybody with a smile on their face. Nobody with bad blood, and it's really good to see that too, especially from some two ferocious teams. You know, this is a big rivalry that they had, and it looks like the Venom were still not able to fare a win over the Palms today.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, there's no malice here. On the highest level of sports, you already know, the athletes know what you put into this because they do the same. So when the race is over, it's all love, baby. We competed, and we're going to do it again next time.
Absolutely. So once again, that is a win for the South Beach Palms in L for the Venom, but not by too much. It wasn't any kind of blowout. And we are looking ahead to that next matchup. We're coming back at you at 3:30 to see the Lions versus the Brigade here today for our 3rd match of the day at Valor Fitness in Seminole, Florida. Thank you to our sponsors, Olipop, Valor Fitness, Jerk Fit, as well as all the people who came here today, and Peachy Athletics for the uniform bottoms.
Yes.
Hope to see you guys at 3:30. I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Byron Allen.